welcome to another fresh episode of your favorite show, Gadgets 360 with Technical Guruji. मुझे पता है कि आप सभी इंतजार करते हो कि कब ये शो आए एंड आपको कब कुछ नया मिल जाए, समथिंग न्यू, समथिंग एक्सक्लूसिव फ्रॉम द वर्ल्ड ऑफ गैजेट्स। वैसे आज कुछ ऐसा ही होने वाला है। एक बार फिर से आई हैव गॉट समथिंग वेरी यूनिक फॉर यू। बहुत ज्यादा मजा आने वाला है। माय नेम इज गौरव aka टेक्निकल गुरुजी। जल्दी से आगे बढ़ते हैं, चलिए शुरू करते हैं। Guys, moving ahead with our ritual, सबसे पहले जान लेते हैं क्या थी इस पूरे वीक की न्यूज ऑफ द वीक।
The OnePlus Nord CE3 launched. Twitter ने अपना नेम चेंज कर दिया है to X and this includes the app's name as well. JioBook 2 लॉन्च हो गया है, एम किया गया है स्टूडेंट्स की तरफ और बहुत ही अफोर्डेबल प्राइस में आता है। मोटरोला ने लॉन्च किया है एक नया बजट फोन विच इज द G14। माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टीम्स ने ऐड किए हैं नए फीचर्स ताकि कोलैबोरेशंस एनहांस हो जाएं। पेटीएम पॉकेट साउंड बॉक्स हैज बीन लॉन्च्ड इन इंडिया। वीवो ने भी एक नया फोन लॉन्च किया है, द वीवो V29। Lenovo has launched their LOQ gaming laptop series in India. सैमसंग ने भी अपना एक अल्ट्रा लग्जरी 110 इंच का माइक्रो LED टीवी लॉन्च किया है रिसेंटली। एंड गूगल, उन्होंने ऐड किया है एक अननोन ट्रैकर अलर्ट।
So guys, for our top story of the week, मैं आपको लेके जाने वाला हूँ a few thousand kilometers away because we are going to Korea one more time. वैसे मैं था पिछले हफ्ते वहाँ पे for the Samsung Unpacked, but उसी ट्रिप के दौरान I had a chance to meet Patrick from Samsung. बहुत अच्छी बातें हुई हैं, काफी एक्सक्लूसिव बातें हुई हैं. So let's hear straight from Patrick कि आखिर क्या बातें हुई हैं।
चलिए शुरू करते हैं।
Great. It's a nice time to start considering what all we have in front of us. It was just yesterday in the evening that you announced everything. I think we'll come to these, but let's go a bit in the history. Let's talk about the journey, how it's been.
Well, 1988, so if you saw it, it was this kind of a brick.
Brick, to be honest, a brick.
It's kind of a brick. Yeah. And actually, I started my life in the industry also in 1988, and also is developing the first generation of digital mobile phone.
Okay.
And it's fair to say at that time, no one in the industry believed what would happen. Actually, I remember marketing people were saying by year 2000, in 10 years, there will be 2 million mobile phones in Europe.
Oh.
And we are saying, these marketing guys, they are crazy. It's insane because at the time these were bricks and they costed $20,000. And the most popular device was of course the little pager that people had that were doing text.
I remember Dad having one. Just getting the messages.
Yes, just the messages. That's what the thing that people would have in enterprise, and the big bricks phone, they were for like very high-end professional or cars. People would have them in the cars.
So how kind of, you make sure that whatever you're trying to make, it's not just kind of fantastic in terms of hardware, but also has enough options or enough optimization software so that the end user is able to take full advantage of the phone.
As you've seen, we've put a lot of focus, especially in the last 3-4 years on One UI.
Yeah.
And this foldable, as you said, we started the foldable display technology 10 years ago. The first time I saw it was 2012 in the lab. It took us that many years to get the hardware to the right manufacturability, but also I started to talk to Hiroshi Lokheimer at Google and the Android team like 2 years before the launch about what we need to do on Android to enable, for example, on this phone, if you start a session on the main screen and you see that thing, you will continue. You have seamless continuity. So that means we had to work with the Android team a long time in advance to get the app mechanism at OS level to open up the screen continuity. Its uniqueness lies in two things, two words: innovation, and openness. Innovation means we try to touch all device categories and all use cases with amazing things like foldable displays and pans and amazing cameras, as well as innovating the experience with things like flex mode, multitasking, multi-window. And that's at the core of what we are doing with the One UI. Is basically from the onboarding and setting, like you pair devices, QR code or one click, it should be connected. So from onboarding the devices to connecting them together, we are trying to get the complexity away from the consumer. We have to do the hard job. So from the customer point of view, it just have to work seamlessly.
Patrick, what's your vision going forward? Very, very, very casual.
Very, very casually, simple. Keep innovating. So how we will keep innovating in a dimension that you expect and some that you may not expect. So keep innovating, so we'll make these things even more attractive, compelling. Hopefully at some point there will be new devices coming into the ecosystem. So we'll innovate each and every device category. Even on the smartphone, you see we are working with people who have visual impairment or audio impairment as a priority. And you will see that increasingly we try to make the UI much more easy and much more discoverable for those people. My ultimate goal is almost crazy, is one day there should not be an accessibility menu because the devices should know and adapt to you entirely with intelligence and AI.
I mean,
that's our big mission. So I believe full inclusion and accessibility is a key innovation area. And last but not the least, I would say we can't not talk about sustainability. So by three things, so the packaging is all sorted, there is no entirely recyclable, no plastic. The components, what we do, so actually these buttons, you will believe, they are coming from fishing nets, which are recycled from the sea. So we recover fishing net from the sea, plastic, and increasingly use them for parts. The glass is partly recyclable, the aluminium, increasingly, components. And last but not the least, the life cycle. Because it's not about producing things, so we make sure that people can use the devices longer.
For longer,
So 5-year security upgrade, 4-year OS upgrade, repair capabilities, so increasing the life cycle, giving people choice. So sustainability is another big dimension for us for the future.
Out of the new Flip and the new Fold, personally I'm saying, which one are you more excited about?
Personally, because I'm working so much. So I need this because I need a big display. Because I need a big display to read. But this is, people tell me, I'm getting old. This is so cool.
Because I must tell you, whenever I travel to big tech expos like CES or MWC, I always go to the Samsung Displays booth. And there, each year, I mean, it's something unique. So sometimes it's a rollable screen, sometimes it's a screen which kind of, fold both sides. So what my belief is that Samsung definitely has the technology, but is waiting for the right time so that, the software is developed, the kind of, entire experience is matured before we see such devices in future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's just one word for you. Like I thought you would say something.
Absolutely. So I was about to give you a secret. That's a problem. So you talk about all kind of new devices. Of course, we are preparing all these new devices with all this technology. But you say is so correct. It's not just having the new form factor or hardware technology. You need to think about, is it meaningful to consumers? What's the experience? And can we bring with us the ecosystem of partners, software developers to make the full package, and that would drive the launch time.
You all got some amazing information in terms of how Samsung has been, what Samsung is doing right now, and how Samsung wants to be while we see in the future. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so time now for some interesting tech trivia. Guys, आज अगर मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ what is a bug, especially in the field of computers, तो आपको पता है कि bug is kind of like an error जो शायद कुछ गलती हो गई है in a program, and to make that program work you need to debug the complete software. It's like very simple, obvious right now. But आपको पता है when was the world's first computer bug discovered? It was an actual bug, by the way. ये हुआ 9 सितंबर 1947 को. उस टाइम पे हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में जो टीम्स थी, they were confused because their computer, which was a Mark II, was giving them random errors. तो finally, जब हिम्मत करने के बाद they opened up the electronics of the system, they discovered that there's an actual physical bug inside. एक कीड़ा था, it was a moth, जिसकी वजह से electronics were disrupted and the system was not performing as expected. वहाँ पे था world's first bug. और आज सोचो जो सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर्स हैं वो कितनी सारी debugging करते रहते हैं in their codes. Now guys, before we proceed, it's time now for a short break, but right after it, I've got something exciting for you, something exciting for the students. It's big, it's blue, it's from Jio. We'll have a closer look at that, but right after this short break. तो गाइस वेलकम बैक टू योर फेवरेट शो ऑफ गैजेट्स 360 विद टेक्निकल गुरुजी, जहां पे मैं आपसे बात करता हूं नए नए गैजेट्स के बारे में। और अभी जो लेटेस्ट है इज दिस the all new JioBook 11 and this is the latest edition. It's a laptop which is specially designed for students with a custom OS, the kind of hardware which is at times necessary for students. So let's have a closer look कि आखिर Jio ने इस लैपटॉप में क्या चीजें पैक करी हैं and is it worthy of the price tag which is 16,499 rupees. Let's have a closer look about this new JioBook 11.
This is the all new JioBook और ये बन सकता है आपका ultimate learning partner. The JioBook aims at making learning more affordable and accessible और ये absolutely packed है फीचर्स से। सबसे पहले डिजाइन की बात कर लेते हैं। The JioBook इसका एक sleek matte finish है। ये super light है because it only weighs 990 grams और ये फीचर करता है एक infinity keyboard for a smooth and easy typing experience. प्लस जैसा आप देख रहे हैं इट हैज अ लार्ज ट्रैक पैड। इस लैपटॉप में पोर्ट्स भी बहुत सारे हैं, एक सिम कार्ड स्लॉट है, एक 3.5mm हेडफोन जैक है, एक माइक्रो SD कार्ड स्लॉट है, 2 USB पोर्ट्स हैं 2.0 एंड और एक मिनी HDMI पोर्ट एज वेल। इसका डिस्प्ले एक 11.6 इंच एंटी ग्लेयर LED डिस्प्ले है जिसमें HD रेजोल्यूशन आता है विच इज ग्रेट फॉर लॉन्ग पीरियड्स ऑफ वेब सर्फिंग, ई-लर्निंग या फिर इन ई-लर्निंग के जो लॉन्ग बाउट्स हैं इनके बीच में शॉर्ट ब्रेक्स प्लेइंग गेम्स के लिए। दिस डिवाइस ऑल्सो फीचर्स ए 2 मेगापिक्सल HD वेबकैम और इसमें स्टेरियो स्पीकर्स भी हैं। एक और हाईलाइट जो इस डिवाइस में है वो है ऑलवेज ऑन 4G, which means you can remain connected to the internet anytime, anywhere for uninterrupted learning. इस लैपटॉप को पावर करता है MediaTek का 8788 octa-core प्रोसेसर along with 4 GB of RAM, जो more than capable है of delivering what this device is designed to. आपको 64 GB का स्टोरेज भी मिलता है जिसको आप एक्सपैंड कर सकते हैं अप टू 256 GB एक माइक्रो SD कार्ड के थ्रू। JioBook में एक 4000 mAh की कैपेसिटी की बैटरी है जिसकी वजह से इसका यूसेज रफली अराउंड 8 आवर्स आ जाता है विच इज ह्यूज। ये रन करता है Jio OS में जो काफी सिमिलर है बाकी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम से जिसकी आपको आदत भी है। सो देयर इज नो लर्निंग कर्व इन्वॉल्व्ड इन गेटिंग अप टू स्पीड विद दिस डिवाइस। This device has certain additional features such as Jio BIAN, ये एक Linux based coding environment है budding coders and Jio Games Cloud जो users को access देता है to a large library of games जब आप unwind करना चाहते हैं। Priced at 16,499, the JioBook is bound to shake up the entry level segment और ये एक affordable yet feature packed product है students के लिए specially.
So guys, as you saw, I mean the new JioBook 11 for this year is kind of an interesting option for the students because the way it gives you this customization. Jio OS है हमारे पास में, so I mean all the basic apps, the kind of requirements for a student, they are kind of covered. और साथ में I think the best part that this laptop has is this, because with the integrated 4G SIM card, it is always connected कि मतलब आप अपने क्लासरूम में हैं या कहीं बाहर भी हैं, स्टिल यू हैव द एक्सेस टू डेटा। और मुझे लगता है कि विद द काइंड ऑफ सेट ऑफ एप्लीकेशंस फ्रॉम जियो स्टोर एंड इंक्लूडिंग द चैटबॉट, स्टूडेंट्स के लिए स्पेशली फॉर सम लाइट कैजुअल स्टफ, अगर उनको कुछ नया सीखना है या इफ दे वांट टू वर्क ऑन सम डॉक्यूमेंट्स, दिस काइंड ऑफ बिकम्स एन इंटरेस्टिंग अफोर्डेबल ऑप्शन फ्रॉम जियो, द ऑल न्यू JioBook 11 2023. Guys, as we are approaching the end of this episode, मतलब ये मेरा favorite part होता है for each episode because it's time about Ask TG और यहाँ पे मैं ट्राई करता हूँ जो आपने सवाल पूछे होते हैं ना from the world of tech, उन सभी के जवाब देने के बारे में। I mean, every time we have such a great variety of questions. I think इस बार भी ऐसे होने वाला है। Let's see क्या आपके questions हैं, मैं देने वाला हूँ जवाब एक एक करके। You want a long answer or a short one? A short one would be no, and a long one would be no, not at all. See, I mean, you just need to be careful कि आप जो एप्लीकेशंस डाउनलोड कर रहे हैं वो आप ट्रस्टेड सोर्सेज से कर रहे हैं या नहीं। I mean, don't click any random links, don't download the attachments from your email, don't just install the random APK files. And I mean, if you just limit yourselves to the Google Play Store or in case of an iPhone to the Apple App Store, you are sorted. No need for an antivirus if you're using a smartphone.
Hi Tech Guruji, this is Lavanya. I'm a huge fan of yours. So I have a question for you. What devices do you use on a daily basis and how have they changed your life?
Okay, so if I talk about the daily tech devices I use, I mean obviously I have my smartwatch, I have two of my smartphones, जहाँ पे एक Android है और दूसरा फ़ोन जो है वो iPhone है, साथ में I've got one iPad and a MacBook. Earphones भी है, in fact I've got AirPods. So I think the way all these devices work together is kind of enabler at times, because अगर मुझे चलते फिरते कुछ काम करना है, नोटिफिकेशन देखना है, I've got my watch for that. अगर मुझे अपनी हेल्थ डेटा चेक करना है, watch helps there. Mobile phones, you all know the kind of stuff it helps you with, तो वो सब तो है ही obviously. Tab, let's say for entertainment, या फिर अगर आपको कुछ काम करना है, if you want a bigger canvas. Laptop, again for serious stuff. And the way these devices communicate together, I think ये मुझे ही नहीं, हम सबको, if you are using any smart device, even if you have just a smartphone and nothing else, वो भी आपको help करता है daily basis पे कुछ नया करने के लिए, कुछ नया सीखने के लिए.
Hi Technical Guruji, I am Harshit Kalra and I have a question for you. Can updating a software result in slowing down a phone or a computer's performance?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So okay, I'll tell you कि होता क्या है. See, normally जब आपने एक फ़ोन लिया या आपने एक कंप्यूटर लिया, it comes with a certain a version of a software और वो ठीक काम कर रहा है, everything is optimized, सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है. But as you proceed, अगर आप 2 साल बाद या 3 साल बाद की बात करते हो, so your hardware is definitely outdated, but the software which you are installing as an update वो एकदम latest है. कई बार उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट्स कुछ अलग होती हैं, समटाइम्स मे बी द ऑप्टिमाइजेशन इज नॉट डन काइंड ऑफ वेल इनफ, तो आपको प्रॉब्लम्स आ सकती हैं, आपको ऐसा लग सकता है कि हाँ मेरा सिस्टम थोड़ा स्लो हो गया है. एंड गाइस आई विल टेल यू व्हाट, एट टाइम्स ब्रांड आल्सो डू इट पर्पसफुली. उनको नया फोन बेचना है, उनको नए लैपटॉप्स को बेचना है, सो समटाइम्स दे वुड, आई मीन एट टाइम्स जानबूझ के आपके डिवाइसेस को स्लो कर सकते हैं ताकि आपको लगे कि हाँ अभी थोड़ा स्लो हो गया है, थोड़ा पुराना हो गया है, एंड इट्स टाइम टू बाय अ न्यू वन अगेन. बहुत कुछ होता है अभी. Okay, so guys, that's about it. I hope कि आपको इस एपिसोड के अंदर मजा आया होगा. As with every week, मतलब हर बार I try to kind of compile the best and the best of gadgets to bring to you. तो इस हफ्ते अगर आपका कोई भी suggestion है, if you want any questions to be answered, if you have any feedback, you know the address. It's tg@ndtv.com. I'm looking forward to all your emails, all your messages, and in the meantime, stay tuned, enjoy all your gadgets, and I'm gonna see you next week in your favorite show. अभी के लिए इतना ही. Have a good day.